Hello everyone, my name is Akanksha and today we are going to revisit the topic calculations in geometry 2D shapes part 2. We have already covered a part 1. We have already covered part 1 on the same topic calculations in geometry. So what is the difference? In part 1 we have seen all the shapes in 2D and we have covered some simple questions on all the shapes. But in today's video, in today's lecture, we are going to revisit all the shapes as well as some formulas. And the focus of today's lecture would be problems on the shapes which are more important when it comes to exam. So for exam point of view, few shapes are more probable to come in the exam, or mostly the questions come on those shapes. So today we are going to revisit or revise topics, as well as we are going to solve some problems which are I would say more important for the exam. So let me start with the introduction. We have already done it in the previous video, and also I would highly recommend you to please watch part 1 lecture before going into this one, because in this video I will not discuss all the shapes in details. So as name suggests, topic name is geometry. So geometry in your exam CLAT primarily focus on mensuration. Mensuration means calculating areas, perimeters, and when it comes to 3D shapes, volumes, and basic properties of 2D and 3D shapes. What are 2D shapes? Which you can draw on paper. That is like circle you can draw on a paper, square, like that. And what are 3D shapes? 3D shapes you cannot draw on paper. Something like matchbox or cuboid. This is an example. This one is an example of 3D shapes. Next, what are all type of 2D shapes? So it is triangle. Triangle is a shape like this, and area of the triangle. So here is the formula for area of the triangle. So in triangle, you have base, you have height. So this axis, this one is called base of a triangle. And when you attach this corner to the base, it is called height of the triangle, which generally denoted by h. So for calculations in geometry, you just have to remember the formulas. So two things you have to pay attention to. First thing, you should know the geometry of the figure, like triangle. What is mean by triangle? What is base of a triangle? What is height of a triangle? What is hypotenuse of a triangle? And formulas. How to calculate area of a triangle, and if triangle is of certain type, how to calculate area, how to calculate perimeter, all those things. So formula and geometry, these two things you should be having on your fingertips. If you could do this, solving these problems would not take much time. So it is a matter of just applying the formula and do some basic calculation, that's all. Okay, so triangle is the shape, and area of a triangle is 1 by 2 into base into height. Base means this distance, the length of base and length of height. Perimeter is something, if you start from this point, cover all the axes, like all the sides, and come back to this point again. So let's say if this side is A, of length A, this side is of length B, this side is of length C, then perimeter is A plus B plus C. Similarly, right angled triangle. This is again a triangle, but one angle is 90 degree. So 90-degree angle is known as right angle, and the triangle in which one angle is a right angle or of 90 degree is known as right angle triangle. Okay, so if your triangle is right angle, so you can see the difference, then you can apply this Pythagoras theorem. According to this theorem, if this side is A, this side is B, you can calculate this side. So you don't need to know all three sides. if your triangle is rectangle, only two sides can give you the third side. And this is the formula. A square plus B square is equal to C square. So this side will be, suppose it is C, C is equal to A square plus B square under root of. And area formula is the same. It is height. So if your triangle is right angle, this is the height, this is the base, right? So 1 by 2 into perpendicular into base. Perpendicular is, here it is the height. So here height is connect this corner to the base, that is height. And parameter will be A plus B plus C, like in usual triangles case. Next is equilateral triangle. What is equilateral triangle? When all sides of a triangle is equal. So side this is A, the length of this side is A, this is also A. That is known as equilateral triangle. And height of an equilateral triangle is root 3 by 2 into A. If side is A, height is equal to root 3 by 2. And now you know that area of a triangle is 1 by 2 into base into height. So base is the side, that is A, into height is root 3 by 2 into A. So area formula when your triangle is equilateral is root 3 by 4 into A square. Similarly, you have isosceles triangle. In this type of triangle, two sides are equal, like this. This side and this side will be equal and third side will be different. Similarly, this and this side could be equal. Let's say this is A, but this could be B or different. So isosceles triangle is when two sides are equal. And then it comes to scalene triangle where all three sides are different, like this. So if you are working with isosceles triangle, there is no specific formula for area. Area is 1 by 2 into base into height. Similarly, when you work with a triangle where all three sides are different, then define S as A plus B plus C by 2 and area is given by this formula. This formula you have to remember. Okay? This formula is specifically for a triangle when all three sides are different. Then next shape is square. Square is a shape where all sides of a square is equal. Area of a square is A square. Perimeter of a square is again start from one point and come back by covering all the sides to the same point. That is given by 4A because it is A plus A plus A plus A 4 times because 4 sides. And in triangle, in square, you have one new thing, that is diagonal of a triangle or of a rectangle. So this is a diagonal and diagonal is given by A root 2. Similarly, next shape is rectangle. In rectangle, the difference between square and rectangle is in a square, all sides are equal, but in rectangle, only opposite sides are equal. So this side could be L. So this is L. This is B, this is B. So two sides are equal. So we call this side as length of a rectangle, this side as width of a rectangle or the other way around. If L and B, two sides are given, then area of a rectangle is given by L into B. Perimeter is 2L plus 2B because it is L plus B plus L plus B. So you are counting B twice and you are counting again L twice. So 2 times L plus B. Diagonal is given by this formula L square plus B square. Next shape is a circle. Circle looks like this, and in circle you have a center point which is known as center, and if you connect your center to any point on the circle, this length is known as radius of a circle. Okay, and we denote it by letter R. So radius of a circle is R and diameter of a circle is, suppose this is a circle, this is center. So connect these 3 points. So any point you take on the circle, then connect it to the center, and then extend it to next point of this. So this length will be 2 times r, because from here to here it is r, from center to again the circle it is r, so 2r, and it is known as diameter of a circle. It is denoted by d. Circumference of a circle is this length. So cover your circle, and it is given by 2 pi r. Area of a circle is given by this formula, pi r square. Area of a sector. What is sector? Sector is this shape. So take any sector of a circle, and this is the theta. Let's say this is a sector with angle theta. So area of a sector in a circle is theta upon 360 into full area of a circle, pi r square. Arc length. Arc length is given a sector. This is the arc length. So arc length is given by theta upon 360 into circumference of the circle. Next 2D shape is parallelogram. Parallelogram is a shape of this type. So it is a something like distorted shape of a rectangle where all sides are parallel to each other. So here you can see that two sides are equal. So this side is equal to this side is equal to this side, and all sides are parallel to each other. So for parallelogram, area is given by base into height. So this is, so given a parallelogram, this is the base, and connect these two. This is the height. So base into height is area. Perimeter. Perimeter is again you start from this point, this cover, this plus this plus this plus this. So 2 times side 1 plus side 2, similar to the perimeter of a rectangle. Then next shape is rhombus. In rhombus, what is the difference between parallelogram and rhombus? So rhombus is a parallelogram where all sides are equal and all sides are parallel to each other. So this side is parallel to this side is parallel to this side, similar to parallelogram, but the only difference is all sides are equal. And area is given in terms of diagonal. So here we have one more. So diagonal is, here you have two diagonal, and both the diagonals are of different length. So let's say this long diagonal is D1, this short diagonal is D2. Then area of a rhombus is given by 1 by 2 into D1 plus D2. Perimeter is again start from any point and come back to the same point. Here in the case of rhombus, because all sides are equal, suppose it is A, it becomes 4A, similar to the case of a square. Here you have one more formula. Suppose D1. Suppose one side is given and one diagonal D2 is given. Then you can compute other diagonal by this formula. D1 is equal to under root of 4A square minus 2D1 square. Okay, so this is the formula for when one diagonal is given. Similarly, D2 is equal to under root of, okay, sorry, it is 2, I guess, 2A square. So it is 2A square minus 2D2 square. Okay. Oh, sorry. It has to be D1. So if one diagonal and one side is given, you can apply this formula to calculate other diagonal, and you can apply and then you can calculate the area if such questions is there for in the exam. The next shape is trapezium. Trapezium is a shape of this form where only two sides are parallel. So area is given by this formula, 1 by 2 into sum of the parallel side, let's say this plus this, into the height. Next shape is polygon. Polygon is a shape of this type. So here a polygon can be of any number of sides. So n-sided polygon where all sides are equal. So this example which you can see over here, this is a 6-sided polygon. Here you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 side. Okay. It is a 4-sided. So the main thing in polygon is all sides are equal. But a polygon could be of any number of sides. These are the important tips for solving problems in the exam. First is practice with diagrams. So always draw a diagram for geometry problem. So it will help you to visualize, and it is it will be very relevant, and most relevant information you can extract. In the exam, you may not need it if you practice and by heart all the shapes and some basic things. Then unit consistency. So what you have to do is, if one side is given in centimeter, other side is given in meter, so please first you uh, be consistent with the units. Convert everything into either meter or in centimeter, and then do your calculation. Then please remember pi. Pi is a constant unless or until specified. Please use these two standard values for the constant: 22 by 7 or 3.14. When it comes to right angle triangle, please try this common triplet. So if one side is 3 and other side is 4, the third side would be 5. You don't need to calculate it. Similarly, 5, 12, and 13 is another triplet. 8, 15, 17 is another triplet for right angled triangle. Okay. So these are some basic tips. So main thing is practice. Practice is very important. And of course, you have to pay attention to how much time you are taking while solving problems when it comes to these type of competitive exams. So let's start with some problems. So here, the first problem is you have to compute area of a triangle. Area of a triangle with base 6 centimeter and height 4 centimeter. So here you can see that units are consistent. Both are given in centimeter. Shape is a triangle. So draw a triangle. This is a triangle. Base is 6 centimeter. You know that this is the base. So this thing is, this side is 6 centimeter. Height is this thing. This is given to be 4. Now, if height and base are given, what is the formula for area? Area of a triangle is equal to 1 by 2 into, if you remember, it is base into height. So it is 1 by 2 into 6. 6 is base, height is 4. So 2 say 4 get cancelled into, it is 12. So option A is correct. So in the first lecture on the same topic, I have precisely told you what is mean by area and all those stuff. As I told you again, this is a second part of on same topic. So it is highly recommended you please watch first lecture before this one. Next problem, area of equilateral triangle. So now first thing you should be knowing that what is equilateral triangle. You may not be remember it now, or but if you practice you will get it. Equilateral triangle is the one where all side of the triangle is equal. So means equal, means equal sides. All sides are equal, and one side, the length of one side is given to be 6. So 6, 6 and 6. So triangle shape is given, it is equilateral, and side is given. Area is asked. So you should remember area of certain shapes. So area of an equilateral triangle. Do you remember the area? If not, please go back and check the formulas. It is given here. So area of an equilateral triangle is root 3 by 4 into side square. Side is already given, right? So it is root 3 upon 4 into side square. Side square is 6 square. 6 into 6. Let me write it. Okay. This means root 3 by 4 into 6 into 6. Right? So 2 is 3. 2 say this 6 you can cancel in 3. 3 into 3 is 9. It is 9 root 3. Okay. Option A. So area of this equilateral triangle with side 6 is 9 root 3. Option A is correct. Let's check next. So it is rhombus. Diagonals of rhombus 8 centimeter and 6 centimeter, you have to calculate the area. First thing, you should be knowing what is the shape of a rhombus and what is the importance of diagonals. So in all previous questions you have seen that sides were given, but in this case diagonal were given. So first thing, you should be knowing what is mean by diagonal. So what is rhombus? If you don't remember, just check, go to the shapes. So this is rhombus and here I have drawn the rhombus. So rhombus is this one where all sides are equal, and area of a rhombus is given by 1 by 2 into diagonal 1 into diagonal 2. That is why diagonal was given in the problem. So let me draw first. All sides are equal, but diagonals are different. This one is long one, so 8 centimeter. This one is short one, let's say it is 6 centimeter. Again, pay attention whether the lengths are consistent. The units of the lengths are consistent. They are consistent because both are given in terms of centimeter. So area you have to calculate. Area is equal to 1 by 2 into diagonal 1 into diagonal 2. So 1 by 2 into first diagonal is let's say 8, second diagonal is let's say 6. 2 say 8 will get cancelled in 4. So it is 4 into 6, that means 24. 24 is option A. So again, option A is correct. So you can observe that to solve these problems to solve any problem on this topic, you should be knowing the shapes, terminology, and the formula. That's all. Next problem is on circle. So circle radius doubled, area becomes. So basically they are saying, given a circle, if you double the radius of a circle, how would it affect on the area? So this is a shape, right? And radius is center, say you connect it. So this is the radius. So what is the area of a circle? Area of a circle is given by pi r square, right? But what they are saying, radius is double. So if r is equal to 2 capital R. So if you double the radius, let's say we have a big circle. So what would be the area of this big circle? Here, this is R, this is R. So total the radius of big circle is 2R. So it is 2R. So how would the area of this new circle? Area of the new big circle. So it is not 2R, it is, so let's say radius of the big circle is equal to 2R. What would be the area? It is pi times R square. That is 2R ka square. That is pi into 2R into 2R. Just multiply. It is 4 pi R square. But this one, sorry. But this thing, okay, this is the area of the smaller circle, right? Smaller circle का area was pi r square. So big circle का area is 4 times the area of the smaller circle. So it is 4 times 4x. Option C is correct. So what you have to do in such cases, whatever information is given, you just plug that information into the formula. So you know that area of a circle is pi r square. What they are saying? They are saying that they have doubled the radius. So radius is double means initially it was r, now it is 2r. So plug that 2r into the formula and area becomes 4 pi r square. Pi r square is the area of original one. So this 4 times. So if you double the radius, area will get 4 times. Okay. Next is perimeter of a square with side 5 centimeters. So what they are asking? compute the perimeter of a square. So you should be knowing that what is this shape? Square. So square is this shape where all sides are equal. One side is given to be 5, but all sides are equal is 5, 5, 5, 5. Now next is, what is perimeter? Perimeter is start from any point, come back to the same point. So perimeter is 4 times side. So 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. So perimeter is equal to 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5, or it is 4 into 5 and it is 20. So option A is correct. Is that okay? Next problem. Trapezium area with base 6, 10 centimeter and height 4 centimeter. Now again you should be knowing the shape. What is the shape this trapezium have? So trapezium is of this shape. So here two sides are given. One is 6, one is 10. So it is understood that the smaller one should be 6. This bigger one should be 10. Height is given. Height is this length. This is 4. Now you have to calculate the area of the trapezium. What is the formula? Area of a trapezium. So, if you don't know, just go back and check the shape as well as the formula. Trapezium ka area is 1 by 2 into sum of the parallel side into height. All the information is given. So, parallel side means, so 1 by 2 into 6 plus 10, because these are the parallel sides, and into height. Height is 4. So 1 by 2 into 6 plus 10 is 16 and 4. So 2 say 4 will get cancelled in 2. So it is 16 into 2, and that is 16 to the 32. So answer is again option A. So questions are pretty simple. You should be knowing the shape as well as the formula. Then circumference of a circle with radius 7. So shape is circle. Radius is given. So radius is center से just connect to any point on the circle. So this is 7. So you have to calculate this circumference. What is the formula for circumference? If you again don't remember, just go back, check the formula. So we are in the shape of circle. Circumference of a circle is given by 2 pi r, right? R is given, pi is constant. So you can calculate the circumference. So circumference of a circle is equal to 2 pi r. So 2 into pi, let me take 22 by 7. R is 7. So 7 se this 7 will get cancelled. So circumference will be 2 into 22, that is 44. So again option A is correct. It is just a coincidence. Option A is correct. So that is how you have to solve these problems. It will not take much time. So now, triangle with sides 3, 4, 5 is. Now you have to figure out what type of triangle it could be. Equilateral triangle. If you remember, equilateral triangle is the one where all sides are equal. So this is not possible. Right angled triangle. It could be right angle triangle. So what is the property of right angle triangle? So one angle is 90 degree and A square plus B square is equal to C square. Just check. Let's say A is 3, B is 4. So A square is, and C is, let's say, 5. A square is 9. B square is, so let me do it correctly or in detail. A square is 3 square. That is 3 into 3. That means 9. B square is 4 square. That is 4 into 4. 4 into 4 is 16. Now add them up. A square plus B square is 9 plus 16. And that is 25. And that is precisely C square. So it is right angled triangle. And then isoscales. Isoscales is the one where all where two sides are equal. So it cannot be this. And scalene triangle is, if you remember, when all three sides are different, then it is known as scalene triangle. Yes, scalene triangle is when all sides are equal. And in this case, actually all sides are equal. So this is right angle triangle as well as scalene triangle. Both option could be correct, but I would say if both are given, just stick to right angle triangle. Next, perimeter of a rectangle of 5 by 3. So they can ask you questions in this form also. So here they are talking about rectangle. Rectangle is a shape of this type where one side is longer than the other. So longer side is 5 this, and smaller side is 3. So this information is given. You have to calculate perimeter. Perimeter of any shape is just add everything up. So add all the sides. So it is 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3. So perimeter of a rectangle is equal to 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3. And in the formula, it is given by 5 plus 3 because 2 times 5 plus 3. So 5 plus 3 is 8. So 2 into 8 is 16. Option C is correct. Next problem. Sector area with radius r and theta 60. So you have to calculate area of the sector. Remember, in the circle, a sector looks like this. So this angle is given by 60, and a radius is center, say any point which connect to this is 6. This length is 6. What is the area of a sector? Area of this sector means this area you have to calculate. So area of a sector is equal to theta upon 360 into pi r square. So now observe that all options are given in terms of pi. So you don't need to plug in the value of pi. Keep pi as it is. Other than pi, substitute the value of all other things. So theta is given to be 60 upon 360 into pi as it is. R is 6 into 6. R square is 6 into 6. So now 0 will get cancelled with 0. 6 से 36 will get cancelled in 6. 6 से 16 will get cancelled, and you will be left with 6 into pi, and that is equal to 6 pi. So option A is correct. Is that okay? So that's all for today's lecture. So again, I am telling you, this is just part 2. In part 1, we have discussed the topics and all the shapes in details. These are the problems which I could not cover in first lecture because first lecture was getting too long. So I thought let me cover few more problems in second lecture. So practice problems and everything I have given you in part 1. So all the best for your exam, and please remember the solving questions on this topic is not difficult. You just have to follow the tips. What are the tips? Remember the shapes, remember the terminology, and remember the formula. And then solving the problems is just plug in the values in the formula and some basic calculation. So yeah, that's all for today's lecture. See you in the next one.